aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Okay, so welcome to the show. This is The Force Always. Let's get on with the Star Wars news. Now I'm going to be reading from the computer because I have something down the track in the reviews section. I'll be giving you a review for the Star Wars The High Republic crawl. That's in the reviews later on, so stick around for that. Let's get on with the actual news. Graham Norton is a late night show host in England that's quite big here. He has had Ewan McGregor appear on his show, and Ewan McGregor gave up that in March of 2021 is when they're going to start the Obi-Wan Kenobi production, unless the world dies for some reason. But not to make light of that, but you know, the way we're going here and everywhere across the world, it's absolute what a year. But anyway, so production will start in March of 2021. He said, Ewan McGregor said that it's not just going to be about Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's going to be about other characters as well, which will be interesting what they do. But anyway, that's making the internet big at the moment. Anyway, more news. New York Comic Con is underway. Not much about Star Wars as yet. I mean, at this point in time, probably before this point in time, as I'm pre-recording this, as I usually do. Here's some pop vinyl figures you can exclusively get for the actual con. It's going to be online. You can go over there, New York Comic Con online. You will be able to, well, that's not the www, but just look that up. You'll get to New York Comic Con, and these are the Funko Pop vinyl figures, anyway, of Star Wars that I got to see anyway. To more news, as I said at the start of the show, Star Wars The High Republic, which is a series of stories at this point, has released its crawl. You can check that online. It is available to see on the internet anywhere, especially StarWars.com. Check that one out. Anyway, so that's the news for this time around. Let's get into the views. Views is my story ideas about in the Star Wars universe. It could be a poster, it could be a song, it could be a movie itself. This week, it's because The Mandalorian is closely coming up, or coming up very soon. I thought I'd talk a bit more about Ahsoka Tano, which is a character that was developed by Dave Filoni, partly Dave Filoni, within the Clone Wars animated series of Star Wars. Will be making her first live action appearance in The Mandalorian, apparently in the 5th episode or 5th chapter of season 2, which is coming up. Is this enough? I think it is. We only need a small amount of Ahsoka Tano. We don't need it to really overtake the whole story. Just, you know, little bits and pieces. That's my story idea. It's only very basic again. It's just, you don't want to have too much Ahsoka in this series. It will just become something else. At the moment, it's traveling quite fine. I gave the first season of Mandalorian, I thought it was, you know, good. I didn't think it was great, but it was good. But I'm definitely excited for season 2. And Ahsoka should be to a very minimal, maybe 1-2 episodes. That's it. Or possibly, what do you call them, chapters within The Mandalorian. But anyway, that's sort of my story idea. It's not a specific story idea. It's just the amount of story that we should get for that character, Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka Tano, just to let you know, is the apprentice of Darth Vader, or technically Anakin Skywalker. But anyway, that's my story idea for this time around. Let's get into the reviews. This time around, I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars The High Republic crawl, which is the beginning of pretty much any Star Wars movie or story or whatever it is, besides the, you know, a Star Wars story, particular movies that we saw. But whether you like that or not, that's up to you. For me, it's great to always have it, but anyway, if it's not there, it's not there. Let me read it. Star Wars The High Republic. The galaxy is at peace, ruled by the glorious Republic and protected by the noble and wise Jedi Knights. As a symbol of all that is good, the Republic is about to launch Starlight Beacon into the far reaches of the Outer Rim. This new space station will serve as a ray of hope for all to see. But just as a magnificent renaissance spreads through the Republic, so does the frightening new adversary. Now the Guardians of Peace and Justice must face a threat to themselves, the galaxy, and the Force itself. Okay, my review is 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was, pretty much sitting on the fence. Nothing really new about the whole Star Wars saga, good versus bad. It is simple, it's straight to the point, which I sort of like. I'm going to nitpick this thing, and I reckon the only word I would have not included in this is the very last word, itself. I think if it sort of read, now the Guardians of Peace and Justice must face a threat to themselves, the galaxy, and the Force. That would have been fine for me, but that's been real nitpicky. 7.5 out of 10 for that crawl. Something different to review this week. That was it. Reading it from the old trusty laptop. Anyway, so that's my review for this time around. Let's get into interviews. It's 2 questions where I ask myself for you guys out there. As I'm a little bit obsessed with these Ushi things that you can get at our supermarkets here, it's pretty much you spend $30, you get a Disney Plus character, not a Star Wars character, a Disney Plus character. It could be anything from Frozen, it could be Marvel, it could be Star Wars, but anyway. So the 2 Ushis I got this in this last week or so, actually. I'll start off with the second. The one that I didn't like as much, but still very good, and I'll then lead into the second question, which is my next. What was my other Ushi? But the first Ushi I got, which is Darth Vader. Yes, Darth Vader. I got the Darth Vader. Here's the Darth Vader. This is Darth Vader Ushi. Anyway, so that's the first one. That's not the best one, but it's it's quite rare. But now, can you believe I got about 3 of them? But anyway, that's another saga in itself. But the second question, which is my favourite Ushi so far, well, the one that I'm was trying to get all along, the second most highest one that I want to try and get is the hologram Princess Leia. Here she is. It's a little bit unusual. The photo is not the best, but this is a Princess Leia, and it is on a sort of module type thing. It is made from rubber, so it looks like it's sort of a bit screwed up, the actual platform that the hologram is coming from. But it's actually just bendy, so don't worry, it's fine. I'm not worried anyway, not you, but anyway. The other character that I put next to Princess Leia that I want to try and get is Yoda. It's a little bit hard. The highest prize one, which is super, super rare, which is Baby Yoda. I don't think anyone's going to get this one. But anyway, so that's my second question. The first question, with Ushis, it sounds bizarre, but it's just a little bit of a fun thing to go through in these wild times on planet Earth, COVID-19. Anyway, so that's pretty much the Star Wars news and views, reviews, and interviews this week. We're still in lockdown here in Melbourne. We're technically wearing masks every single time that we go outside. You need a permit to actually go out to work and to come back. You can only go to a supermarket to make food shopping and come straight back home. It's that intense here. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for this time around. Until next week, keep rocking.